Have you ever went into the boxing gym and the minute you started training or going into the sparring session, you can't find your oxygen levels? It's like somebody stuck your oxygen underneath your shoe in one of those crevices. No matter what you do, you can't find your oxygen. And then you start thinking, oh my gosh, what am I not doing? Is it that extra mile I didn't run? Is it that jump rope I didn't do the extra 3 or 4 minutes? Well, I'm going to put your mind at ease because it's neither one of those things. What you're suffering from is the lack there of understanding how to utilize breathing techniques. And so that's exactly what we're going to cover today. We're going to give you the 5 top breathing methods that you can start implementing into your training so that you won't gas out, and no matter what situation you're in, you'll be prepared for it without fail. And that's what we're going to get into today as we introduce the inaugural show for the world of boxing. This is our focus over here to cover the entire world of boxing, whether it's the nutrition of an athlete, weight management of an athlete, the understanding of career building for athletes, running the boxing gym for the gym owners, or literally just the science of how they train to increase and improve as fighters. That's what our focus will be on this. So if you're into really learning boxing on all levels, then this is the channel for you. And we're going to get directly into the breathing. Now, the reason why this was the first show is because literally today, one of our coaches in the Top Trainer U program, aka the School of Boxing, inquired about worrying about one of his fighters who's actually sparring with an Australian champion, and the kid wanted to show what he had, and he just could not find his oxygen. He just could not find it. Like I said, it's at the bottom of the crevice of your shoe. And here's the deal. We all know that it's not always about what you're doing as far as your conditioning. Are you not running enough miles? Are you not doing enough jump rope? Are you cutting out on drills? Yeah, you're probably doing those things, but the reality is it's not the reason why you're not having the proper conditioning. And always remember, anxiety sucks oxygen. And if you're not totally 1000% sure of your breathing techniques, then you will definitely feel that exhaustion. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to get directly into these breathing techniques. And so I'm going to bring on the professionals in these arenas so that you guys can really take this down. And my suggestion is that we're going to go over 5. And literally, we're going to do 2 of the 5. And when you start to really dive into this at the higher levels of boxing and learning the true science. So here we go.
I've been in countless boxing matches, and I can tell you firsthand that breathing is the secret weapon most fighters overlook. Now let's move on to diaphragmatic breathing. This is where you really want to focus on engaging your diaphragm to take deeper breaths. Place your hand on your stomach and feel it expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. This technique allows you to take in more oxygen while using less energy compared to shallow chest breathing. I remember when I first started using this technique, it felt weird, but now it's second nature and it saved me in those grueling later rounds. Now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about some more advanced breathing techniques. First up, breath control drills. These drills are designed to simulate fight conditions and help you maintain your rhythm and composure even when you're under pressure. Exhale sharply when you throw a punch or during any exertion, like weaving. Then, inhale during lighter movements or when you're resetting. Timing your breathing with your movement is crucial for conserving energy and enhancing power delivery. Lastly, building your aerobic capacity through intermittent hypoxic training can make a huge difference. You can use tools like altitude masks, or include rounds of holding your breath while jogging or shadow boxing followed by active recovery. Trust me, these techniques have been game changers for me in the ring.
All right. So when you talk about the diaphragmatic breathing techniques, this is where you really start to master the art of using your torso, your trunk, your gas tank, which is what a lot of us, we talk about it, but we really don't truly understand it. That's why we had actually 13 coaches, but you need 12 training minds around you playing all different roles as you get into high level boxing. You can't afford not to understand that every role is an entire career. So if you have someone that's in sports performance, don't let that be the head coach. Sports performance is a science. People go get educated. And when you think about all of these different layers to boxing gyms and trainers, if you want to know about it, we have a portal, and there's a video, and it's in the Coach's Corner portal, and I list all the things that you'll need to have covered when you go into high level boxing. So if that's ever your goal, if you're currently there, then make sure you let us know by putting down in the comment box high level. And if you're high level, then we'll make sure that you get to look at that. And you can learn the positions in boxing, but the first one is nasal breathing. And with that technique, it's just going to make it so much more efficient. It's going to have you in the ring comfortable when your opposition is gassed out. And so that's what's so unique about really understanding the precipice of boxing, the science. And this is why the world of boxing, this series here, it really encompasses everything that you'll need to know, because the eating segments, we have 2 dietitians on staff, and they're going to blow your socks off. And then we have nutrition specialists who specialize in operating the total nutrient currency of the body. So we all know wealth is wellness. And if you're well going into that boxing ring, you ain't got to worry about a whole lot. And so with these breathing techniques, you can just understand why guys like Floyd Mayweather, I remember Andre Berto saying to him, I could hear him breathing. And guess what? Berto didn't understand that. He went and spent a lot of money on a lot of great training. But there are things that you can't cross out for that has to do with experiences and things that you may not know that are coming. And these techniques separate you from the competition. This will be the reason why you win in matches you should not have won. These are the reasons why. So if you want to see the other 3, we got 5, just make sure that you can find them in the subscription portal over on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We have subscription portals just for the content that we don't have time to go over, and we can go deeper on it there. If you want to make sure you got your techniques together, then that's where it is. The next ones would have been the intermittent hypoxic breathing. And that intermittent hypoxic training is what you're going to get, where you increase the red blood cells. And the red blood cells is what cover and what creates more oxygen. And so that's what you want to do. You want to have those kind of techniques. And the breathing control, the breath control, is just another way of managing what you're doing. It's not you, and it's not what you're doing in training. It's understanding how to manifest in that moment where you're developing something that you didn't know even existed. Understanding how to pit it out from the diaphragm. Understanding how clearly to utilize all of your stomach muscles. So if this was something that gave you value, let us know. You know, you got to hit the like, or just let us know if you've ever dealt with being exhausted and you couldn't figure out why. You thought it may be something that you can blame on your trainer, or you thought you ran a mile or 2 less than you typically would have. It's not it. Don't worry about that. Just learn. When you learn how to breathe, it gives you an additional lung, and that's what makes boxing so beautiful. So welcome to the world of boxing. This is a beautiful time, and this take is called the sports science, and we'll go behind all of the different techniques and technical scenarios that you guys have to experience. And the next episode, guess what? We're getting into the science of a knockout. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so enlightening. And like I said, thanks again for taking the time to watch us. If this information was good for you, just let us know, man. If you got questions, hit us up. Until until next time, my name is Eric A. Bradley, coach, that is, 4 decades in the game, and here to fill your brain. Special shouts out to my brothers in the School of Boxing, the Top Trainer program. So long.